want to call it. This is great. Or Saturday night dinner. That's it. So, not Saturday night takeaway, just dinner. Now, I'm hoping we've got a lot of people with us this week. We sent the photograph in to see what it was meant to be like. And I've been doing photographs of the next cook-alongs as well. So hopefully you'll get those very soon, or at least if you haven't already got them. But we're doing something really exciting. I'm very old-fashioned, but delicious, but really, really simple to do. Now, I'm going to try and make it sort of a bit slow tonight. We'll see what happens so you can keep up, because I know some of you sometimes struggle, which is so fair enough, because I just win. I do try and slow up. But of course, when I think I'm slowing, I'm probably going at a fast pace still. So I'll do my best. So the first thing we're going to be doing is some gammon, seared gammon, which is just really smoked bacon, but in a thick slice. And it's absolutely delicious. Now, I love it with pears because I love the sweet and salt together, because it's like a balance. Sweet, salt, savory. It all goes together. So that's where the balance will come. And when you come to eat it, it should taste delicious. Now I'm going to do a celeriac mash to go with it, with the gammon, piece of gammon. And I'm not going to puree it. I normally put it through a food processor, but I'm not. I'm going to more mash it today, because I find that if people haven't got a processor, it's very useful to have, but if you haven't got it, it doesn't matter. Or you can put it into a processor, much simpler, much easier. But we will mash it as per usual, because I do like to help out. And then we're going to just sear the gammon, get it tasty, get it gorgeous, and get it really lovely. Now, we're going to serve it with some watercress, which I've just refreshed. I will show you, which I've just refreshed in a little in water and some bicarbonate soda. And it just makes it look a bit more, brings it to life. I love watercress. It's so full of goodies. It's so delicious. And I'm also going to do, it's not on the menu, but I did put it in the picture. I'm going to do some crispy celeriac, just a part of the celeriac thing, which I thought would be quite a nice thing to do as well. So what I'm going to do is get these on first. So let's start off with the pears. I've got a couple of really good pears here. Now they were ones I hadn't, actually I can't remember their name. They were a completely different name, but they are utterly delicious. Look, they're good size, and I'm going to give everybody half each because they're just too big, obviously, to have one. So what I'm going to do is just peel it. All right, just push this out of the way. So peel this going forward there. Peel. Okay, look at that. Isn't that delicious? There we go. How lovely. When you use a peeler, what you do is you go down and bring it right down like that. Down. So I'm sure this is like telling you Newcastle, but actually you'd be surprised a lot of people don't do that. But those who can or have, well done. Right, we're now going to take, I'll just finish doing those. No, I have to do all the one thing in one go, all the one prep in one go, and then I go on to the next bit of the prep. So off we go. There we go. Again, bring it down. There we are. Now, just keep going, and these are lovely. These are just ripe, so they won't need a lot of cooking. So while I prep them, I'm going to put, okay, this here, just before I do it. Right, now in here, in this pan, I have got some red wine, but you can just use water. If you're not using wine, don't worry about it. I only do it because of the color. Actually, to be honest with you, this is some mulled wine I had, and I thought, well, why not? So cinnamon, also star anise. So it's really quite spicy. It's actually quite Christmassy. We're going to put in the sugar. Now,
We have people, chefs, still peeling the pears.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You just carry on. Now, I'm going to put in, there we are, lemon. Squeeze the lemon. There we go. Now, the final bit, I'm going to put some orange peel, but I dried these. They're a little bit soft. I don't think I dried them for quite long enough. So I'm going to put these in too. Now I'm going to put this on the pan and bring these to the boil while I continue with my pears. And then I'll wait until you've all got thumbs up. So bring this up to the simmer. Bring this on the pan. Now, let's continue with pears. So to cut the actual top off. Okay, I can hear myself. Right, to cut the actual top off, you take this little knife and you cut like that down. Now, by cutting it down like that, all I have to do is to go like that. Oh, no, it came off. No. Oh, what a shame. I've done so well. Let's do it to this one. Cut. Make sure this doesn't come off. Hang on. Ooh. Hang on. Okay. No, I don't want it to go. I didn't cut very well. Right. Well, I got a little one on that, so that's cool. Now, here, we're going to take out the center. And then I'm going to cut a little bit off. And the reason why I'm going to cut that, because I want it to stand up. So I'm going to cut a little bit off like that. That's perfect. Turn it upside down. Cut. Make sure it's all nice. Here we are. So again, do it again without my bit of stalk. Never mind. Cut. You see, it happens to the best ones. Best of us. And then this. Cut it out. There we are. Take it down. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring, so this will give you time, guys, to actually carry on with your pears. I'm just going to take this over here, wash my hands, and I'm just going to wait for the, just going to get a cloth, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to wait, do my board, for you to finish. Now, what I would like you to do, before we go any further, I would like you to have thumbs up, please. This is a simple meal. This is one of the simple, but what I love about it, it's so classic and it's so sort of, it's not old-fashioned actually, because it's just using celeriac potatoes, just using all the delicious stuff. And with the farm shops, you know, they have all this stuff, which is lovely. And it's how we do it. It's what's there, what's in season. So we're just bringing this up. Can they actually see this? How beautiful it's looking.
Could we move the pan, sorry, away from you? What you're putting on there.
Oh, is that better? Okay, we'll turn that one on then. Okay, so in a minute, I just want to bring it up to simmer. Let's do, that's it, turn that. Now, I want to melt the sugar. So what I'd like now is thumbs up when you finish doing that. So we won't go on until everybody is finished, I promise you. We won't go on. But I'll just get my celeriac over here. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Is it thumbs up yet?
So we've got some thumbs up. We
got some thumbs up. Good. So your pears will be on. Now, the wonderful thing about these pears, they will last for a few days in the fridge. They'd be delicious. Really lovely. And they'll go with anything. So now this is coming up. Trying to be patient here. There we are. Look at those. Look at that orange. Isn't that lovely? Right. Okay, that's coming up. I'm now going to put the pears in. Here we go. So we're going to now just put them in. There we go. Perfect. Now, you don't want to cook these for too long, guys, because whole thing, there we are. Because they are quite ripe. So what I don't want to do is, you know, overdo it. Now, celeriac. Who loves celeriac? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do also celeriac crisps, as I said. I'm going to put the oil on, actually. Now, I know I didn't mention it, but it's from, I don't want you to do this until after we're off the thing, because you've got to do it very carefully. So what I'm going to do is peel it first. I know I asked you to cut it, but I thought it'd be nice for you to see it being peeled. Peel first, take top and bottom. It's always got that delicious flavor, that delicious sort of, just, I don't know, just this earthy almost. And it just goes so well with so many things. It's, you know, it's in between all sorts of things. Fennel, parsnip. I mean, it just is. And there's so much you can do with it. Roast it, anything. Right. Please ask any questions if you have any as we go on. There we go. Now I'm going to cut because I want to cook in the oil a little bit. I'll take this off. For me, that's the only way to peel it. Just cut it off. Just cut it off. Now, I'm going to cut this bit off. Make the crisp bit. That's enough. So you don't need any more than that. Right, the rest of it, I'm going to now cut into dice. So I'm going to put on this milk. This is some full fat milk, which we put on here. I'm going to put this on the back of this. I know you can't see it properly, but we need to just put that on and I'll show it in a minute, all right? So we'll pop this. Now, we're going to, I'll just get this done. Every stage is finished. Before I go on to the next stage, everybody knows that. It's my little thing. It does make life easier. There we are. Okay, now.
We have a question.
Far away.
So Lee Matthews has got a joint of gammon. Should we put it in the oven now?
Oh, you're doing a joint, not, yes. How big is the joint? Because that will take a while. I mean, you don't have to have this till later anyway, you know that. So basically, you put your joint in now. I don't know how many kilos it is. I don't know, but it needs to, if you've got a thermometer, you need to have it at 70 degrees, 68, 70 degrees, okay, Celsius. So thermometers are very useful, actually. Now, I'm going to put a potato in here, all right? So we're going to pop it in, pop it in.
It's only 700 grams.
Right. Would you want to cut it in steaks, which is what I'm doing? Do you want to cut it in steaks? I'm asking you the question. Who is it on the phone? What's his name or her name?
It's Lee Matthews.
Lee, would you like to pop it in the cut into steaks or not? I'm going to show you my, let me just hang on, bear with me 1 minute because that's not a very big piece, but hang on, but that's perfect in size for doing what I'm doing. Look, these are my pieces of gammon and I'm just going to sear them. Would you like to do it that way? It's up to you entirely. Let me bring it.
We have a thumbs up.
Yes.
Matthews has said.
Perfect.
Said, okay.
Okay, Lee, that's fine. Well done. Now I'm just going to do this potato. Now, the reason why I'm using the potato in the celeriac is because it's the starch. There's a lot of, I mean, potatoes in with the celeriac. There's a lot of water in celeriac. It's not very starchy. If you freeze it, if you freeze celeriac, a piece of celeriac, what happens is it becomes crystallized because it's so much water in there and mushy. So that's why you can't freeze actual pieces of celeriac. Now, so what we're going to do is put this potato, which will help the whole thing. I'm going to cut it up into pieces. There we are. Doesn't matter how big your potatoes are, to be honest with you. You've got big ones, fine. You've got medium ones, fine. It'll all be good. Always be good. Never worry with cooking. Never worry with food. Always think of it as anything goes. Right, let's pop this in the water. Right, oh gosh, you can see that boiling. Okay. Hang on, let me just turn that down. I'm turning that down now, the pears. That was too hot, so now I've turned it down. Right, okay, let's get this in. Okay. Oh, that's gone into the...
You're cooking it in milk?
Yes. Now, the reason why I'm cooking it in milk is because it keeps it nice and white. What happens is it goes brown, and this keeps the whole thing nice and white. So I use the milk for other things. You could put it into a cauliflower gratin, use it as a cauliflower gratin, and you can call it, you can call it celeriac cauliflower gratin because it's got all the flavor in the milk. Why not? And so you can actually do anything with it, all right? Anything. Now, I'm going to put half the butter in here. Only half there, only half. Here we go. There we are. Just to sort of help with the slightly bit of richness there. Now I shall put that on there. Now, to make the crisps. Okay, those who are going to make them. I've got mustard to go into the potato and celeriac. I've got a little bit of cream, just a tiny tablespoon, and some butter. That will go in afterwards.
We have a very interesting question from Tanya.
Yep, Tanya.
Will it work with sweet potato?
Yes, it will. Absolutely, it will. No problems. Absolutely delicious. Because again, it's a very high water content. It's got the same consistency, but you need to put an ordinary potato in there to get the real puree. Because what happens is, as I said, it's better to get it slightly more starchier, so it's firmer and it's a slightly different finish on it. So it's understanding how your root vegetables work. Not all root vegetables are the same. Now, what I'm doing is here, I'm putting it on this board. I'm going to move my knives out of the way, like that. Now, I'm going to use this, the potato peeler. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm literally going to go like this. And what this does, it gives me leverage, all right, to actually to do nice little, lengths. Look, all different sort of lengths.
We have a question, actually.
Yes, far away.
From Lucia.
Yes, Lucia.
Milk curd.
No, because it's full fat milk. Obviously, if you're going to kill it and boil it to like there's no end tomorrow, well, it will, but this won't curdle it. No, it won't. Absolutely not. Might do skim milk though. Or semi-skimmed. Right, so there you go. So look, I've got look at that. Look how easy. Now, when you do things like that, when you're doing for a salad, if you haven't got a spiralizer or something like this, you can use it. So what I think I'm going to do, can the camera please go on to my frying bit? So I'm going to show you and just cook a few of these in the oil, all right? So because we've got these on, so if we could get the camera guys onto the actual,
Good to go.
Onto the fryer. Is it good to go?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go. Thank you. Oopsie.
Spielberg is on it.
It's Spielberg. Right, so I'm going to do, there we go. Right, you don't need too many. Here we are. And what I'm going to do here, looks good, doesn't it? Looks good, looks good. Except the heat is a little bit hot, so it's burning at the edges. So we're not going to worry about that. It'll be even crispier. So we won't have it quite so hot next time. So keep going. I've turned it down now. Okay. That's a little bit hot, so you can see look what's happened, guys. I'm going to take them out because I think the oil was just a tad hot, so I'll put those there. Right, so let's try again. But they'll still be delicious, but... So here we go. I've turned it right down. That's better. That's not going to kill it now. Right, you only need a couple each, just a bit of fun for garnish. Only as a bit of fun while my pears are doing and while the celeriac's doing. There we go. Now look how it bubbles. Look, it bubbles. It's wonderful. You can see the water in there. It's all the water because the water has to evaporate before it will start crystalling. I mean, getting crispy. So you can see it bubbles up, and you can see that all happening before your very eyes. Right. Okay. So that bit's done. Well, I've got one bit.
Oh, good question. We've got a great question here from Tanya.
Yeah.
Would the crisps work in the oven if you blanch and drizzle with oil?
Yes, they would, but not quite in the same way. But they would. Yes, anything is out of, but if you're healthy, the only thing is about this, you don't need that many.
And also, Sam has asked a very good question.
Yeah.
What do you do with the oil once used in this dish?
Reuse it.
Reuse.
Okay. Now it's coming. You can see these little burnt ones, but they are delicious. I'm eating them. Okay. Now, I think they're lovely. Okay, again, do it again. Come on. Patience is a virtue. You can see it, but I love it when it starts bubbling up in the middle. It's great. It's really nice. Ah, now we have our crisp. We got the oil at the right temperature. Now we have our crisp. There we go. Done. It's taken two times. Oh. As they harden up, they will do. Be lovely. Wunderbar. Do you know what I'm going to do for you now? In fact, I can see what happens, bunging them all in. Because the oil's at the right temperature, so we can see. Right, okay, so we nearly finished this. Now, so celeriac is on. That's boiling. Oh, sorry, I touched the pan. It's hot. Celeriac is on. I keep on doing that. Right, you can see it's taking its time to. I'm going to take my pears off actually because they are done.
Could you do these in the air fryer?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Air fryer is very good. The air fryers are very good indeed. Right. Very good question, that, because they're so sophisticated now, these air fryers. They're fabulous. And they'll probably do a better job than me. Yeah. But they are delicious, though. No. Don't need anything on. No. Right. Okay, we're just going to do this. Now you can see. Can they see that now? Can they see this now? Good. Right. You can see what's happened. Look how much they've shrunk. Look at that. Okay. Which is fine, which is what I'm after. So now this is actually perfect. We've got the oil at the right one. No, I've got it at the right temperature. I'm not moving it. You're joking. Not moving it at all. Martin was trying to say to me, guys, move it so you can see it better. You must be joking. I've just spent 2 goes trying to get it to the right temperature. Poor Martin. Right. Now, look, this is perfect. This is perfect. That's it. Now, it's taking its time, but this is where I get it. I'll get it really good now. I'll get it really good. So that's, I'm going to eat that. There we are. Perfect. Okay. Okay, 30 more seconds and then it's done. All right. I can just see it now. It was better doing it like that, but I did have to get the oil right. So here we go. They're done. Perfect. Now you're going to see the difference. Can turn it off now. Right. Okay, guys. Now, these are the ones I had the oil too high. And this was the one where I got it just right. And now they're going to, are they sweet? Look at them. They are so fine. They are so fine. They're beautiful. And they make any meal look absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, really lovely. And so I thought I'd just show you how to do it. Right. Now, I need to show you the pears. Now, the longer you leave the pears in the wine or whatever, the better. but we haven't got the time today to do that. So I'm going to very carefully take the pears out. So I'm going to use, yeah, and I'm going to can I have a plate, please? Hang on, let me just get thank you. We just get a plate to put them onto. Right, don't be shy, but be careful. Let me just get a plate. I think that's really pretty. Should take that out. Oh, yeah, look at the star anise. I'm just going to leave them like that because I think they're absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. The smell, I can't tell you from the flavor. I love a pear smell. I absolutely love it. Now I'm going to reduce this sauce down so it's slightly syrupy because I want to use that as the sauce for that. So let's just go with that. I've got to leave it to put it on again. Let me just turn this down because it's boiling away. And let me just turn this on. Let's heat on, everybody. Right, I'm now going to reduce that wine. Okay, so I get it thicker. That's it. Right, we're just going to move this out of the way, everybody. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, bring it up. So the sauce is going to be, now put it there. The sauce is going to be the lovely wine, reduced wine with the pear flavor. Now I've got the delicious, so I'll put those there. I've got the delicious little bits of crispy celeriac. I've got the celeriac and the potato cooking away. Now I'm going to talk about the steaks. This is a very simple dinner, but utterly delicious. Now, not enough people, I don't think, eat gammon. It's just bacon, smoked bacon. It is utterly delicious. But the trick is...
Can you explain what gammon is?
Now, gammon is basically smoked pork, cured pork. And it's like a piece of bacon. Gammon is a piece of leg, or it can come from wherever it's going to come from, in a big piece. And you roast gammon, but you can cut gammon into slices as well. And it's so delicious. It's lovely to have. We always used to have them for breakfast and things like this, but not so much today. Today it's more an evening meal or supper with the kids and serving it with mash with this. And that's why I wanted to really do it, because it's local, it's reasonable. Our pork is really, really good. And, you know, it's a fabulous thing to have. But it's how you cook it. The trick is actually not to cook too much, because you don't want it to become like rubber. So you don't want to kill it. So basically, you need to leave it till you really want it. But I'm cooking this sauce. So let's just say till you really want it, because you've got to know when you're going to serve. Now, if you lot are going to serve later, don't do it now, or just sear it now and then put it in the oven for 3 minutes. Literally 3 minutes, no more. So you could be eating your puree. That's fine. Use your puree anytime. The sauce you can get ready now. Pears ready now. Everything's ready, so you can eat whenever you want. That's your little baby that you have to do more at the last minute. So what we're going to do...
Sorry, we have a question actually. A bit late in it, but it's from Sam.
Yeah.
What heat should the wine go on?
The wine should be. Hang on, let me just. There's something smelling here. I need to just get this on. The wine should be simmering. It should be simmering, okay, with all the flavoring. It should be simmering. Is it simmering? Mine is simmering away because it's actually getting thicker. I've taken the pears out because I didn't want to kill the pears. Right now. So we're going to go on to the gammon. Again, I'm not going to kill it because you don't want to do that. So I'm going to put some rapeseed oil in here. Okay, I'm going to bring it up. Now, the thing is, you don't want to bring it up too high, but you want it high enough that it's going to brown. We'll put the butter in. We'll do some butter in later. Now, we're going to also, no, that's what they were saying. We're going to put in some thyme, and we'll take a little bit of the butter here. Right. We're doing well here. We're doing so well. Just take that down. How are we doing for time, guys? Just tell me.
You've got half an hour left.
Great. Well, we've got half an hour. We talk about lots of different things because I'm going to be done right now. So I don't expect you lot to be done because you can just take it easy. But I just wanted to make it easy. I'll tell you about next week for a minute, just while we're just waiting for the celeriac to be cooked. And I'm going to turn this down. Next week, I'm going to sit down for a minute so you can just bring it up. And I will recap again in a second. Next week, we're going to be doing chicken goujon, but they are quite frankly delicious. Send a picture through. Your own mayonnaise with your own tartar sauce, a salsa, and also sesame seed sort of chippy things, which are quite frankly delicious again. So you've got that lovely goujon-y. The children will adore it, but all the adults. Yesterday, I cooked, I did the photograph yesterday. The adults, that is, they couldn't keep away.
I've got some questions for you, actually.
Far away.
Stephen has asked, what's blue gammon? I've seen them in delis.
The blue gammon, well, that's what they obviously do it with. I've never had a blue gammon. What I mean, you know, I've never had blue gammon. That's what they put with it. And I don't know. I haven't seen it.
If gammon is really salty, if you cook it beforehand, will that help?
Yes, it does. If gammon is very salty, you need to then put it into water. It would be good if you're going to boil the gammon, then you put it, you bring it up, put it in water, throw the water away and refresh it. Now, the thing is that if your gammon, if it is too salty and you're going to fry it like this, if you feel it's a bit salty, fry it, just put it into water again, but make sure you dry it really well, okay? Dry. You don't need to season it. There's enough salt on here. I will season it afterwards, but not now, okay? I'm going to take this off for a second while I'm chatting with you. So you don't need to season it. You just literally just do it. Now, the trick is, as I said, you need to get that flavor in there. The flavor has to be a little bit of butter, thyme and garlic. And so that's what you do. But those are all really good questions. I think you'll find children love bacon. They'll love gammon. Same thing. Exactly the same thing. So I think I'm going to get a bit of garlic actually now. So make some garlic. Do some garlic. I love garlic with this as well. Love it. So I shall cut some garlic and I'll put some garlic on. As I said, it's got enough salt in it. Right, I'm just going to test my celeriac. Guys, go and test your celeriac. See if it's done. I'm going to do mine. Okay, so. Oh, hang on. Do it. Oh, it's nearly done. Mine's not quite, but nearly. For some reason, it's all going away from me. That's better. Right, yeah, these a couple more minutes. So we're not going to quite there, and then I'm going to mash it. And I think what I'll do is I'll mash first before I do the gammon, actually. So I'll just put this here, and I'll mash first. Okay? If we'll get the colander, we'll do this in a minute. Right, we'll get the colander out. Get the colander here. Thank you. Get a colander. Can I get the colander? That'll be fine. Right, now be very careful, guys. When you do this, I would keep a little bit of the milk back. I'm going to put it into another bowl. So if you could find me a bowl from somewhere down there, and I'll just put it into another bowl. So as I said, I've got a cauliflower over there, and I am actually going to make some cauliflower cheese. So what I'm going to do is when I cook the cauliflower, I'll also cook it in that milk. So I will have a double whammy, a double bubble, where I'll have cooked celeriac cauliflower gratin. See, it's great fun. Make up your own recipe as you go along, because that's what you do. Make up the recipe as you go along. So we'll just keep this. Now, let's have a look at this. Let's see how the sauce is doing. To get a spoon. Not yet. Oh, God, that's good. But it's got to. It's not quite there yet. Right, okay. Here we go. Now, I'm going to take these. Here we go. So, the milk will keep for at least a couple of days. At least. There we go. Now, it's even got, let me show you, look, it's even got, and let me just take this here, a little bit of the butter still in there, so it's got all the goodies there. And the smell is utterly delicious. The smell is utterly lovely. Look at that. Now, I should take that. Right, I'll just leave that there to cool down. Now, right, what am I going to put in here? I'm going to put a little bit of cream. Just thicken it up a little bit. I'm now going to put in some butter. Because after all, it is a mush. I'm now going to put in some mustard, grainy mustard. Now, you don't have to do that. You don't have to put grainy mustard, but it gives it a little bit of interest because you're doing, it's a little bit of interest. There we are. Now, look, there's my gadget again. Love it. Right, just mash it up, mash it up. Perfect. I don't want too thin. You know, when you do a puree, you don't want it too thin, do you? You want to get it really pureed. Right, where's that? Here it is. Now, I'm going to put, in fact, I'm going to cut, take that off actually for a second, while I just cut some of this. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Now, seasoning. We'll have to watch for seasoning. Now, obviously, you can make this smoother. Oh, that's quite frankly delicious, actually, absolutely delicious. I like the texture in it as well. I like the fact it's rough and it's, you know, because after all, it's, you're not into fine dining restaurant. You're into home, aren't you? But that tastes really good. Now, I'm just going to take this. I'm going to take a bit of this. Just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to cut my... Okay, there's a little bit of coriander actually I'm putting in because we had some, so we thought we might have. I know parsley was in the recipe, but I'm going to just. I tell you, again.
We've got a very interesting, a couple of questions actually, but we put up Rachel Wilcox. Can you use a ricer for the mash?
Yes, perfect. Yes, if you've got a ricer, they're very good. Ricers are superb. Right, there we go. Now you've got to really get somebody else to do this for you. You've got the other cooking. If you're cooking, get somebody in the room, if they're in the room, to pass it to them to do it. Right. That is so good. I'm actually now going to put a little bit of salt in. All right. Not much. Just enough. Because the salt really brings the flavor out. Now, I want you to see this, everybody. Isn't that lovely? Or here. That's so delicious. That is so delicious. Look at that. We get a little red dish. What are the red dishes in there?
Have a little recap.
Yes.
And we were getting asked, should Martin be doing the smashing?
Actually, Martin, would you do the smashing?
You've got it now.
I know, but it could be with a little bit more. Yeah, but be careful, don't. Can you put it in the red bowl for me too? Guys, I'm going to get Martin to cook with me one day, okay? I really want him to cook with me because he's very good. He is a very good cook, may I tell you. Right, we're now on to this. Me? Good heavens, you've never shown me up. Good heavens alive. Never, ever, ever. You're too good. Right. Okay, here we go. Steak. Gammon. Those are my gorgeous things. So let's take them off and put it on here. There we are. Now, as I said, I'm not going to season it. All I'm going to do is put a little bit of pepper on that. Okay.
Do you want to just do a recap while you're peppering?
Will do. Okay, so what have we done? We've done the pears. And what I'm doing now, we did put some wine, some flavor, spices and things, and orange in a pan. And what I'm doing now, I took the pears out because if I'd be boiling it like it is now, it would ruin the pears. So we're now reducing this to a syrup to make this part of the sauce to go with this. We are now, we've done the celeriac. The celeriac had 2 potatoes in, and it was a celeriac, and I boiled it in milk. And when it was done, when it was both soft, I smashed it. I put in some grainy mustard. I put in some seasoning, and I've put in some coriander. But in fact, it's parsley was in the recipe, so it doesn't matter. It's a bit of green anyway. You can put chives if you want. Right, so that's what I've done. I also did, from the same celeriac, I made some little crispy crisps to go on the plate, just to make it look nice. But that's not necessary if you don't want to. That was just a little extra upping the presentation. Right, here we go. So, in we go. We're going to now put this on. There we are. Now, how to fry. Most important thing here is, there we go. And I'm going to put a little bit there, actually. Right, do this, throw this away. Now, I'm not going to touch it. The trick is, do not touch it, please. If you've put it in, please thumbs up those who've already put it in with me.
Sorry, I missed that, Coach.
Thumbs up for those who've put their gammon in.
You have lots of thumbs up,
Okay.
And hearts, lots of hearts.
Oh, sweet, that is so nice. Now, I've got to do the garlic as well. So I'm putting, oh, thank you. It's sent lots of hearts back. Now, I'm putting in garlic as well. So don't touch that. Don't touch it. Now, right, we're going to have a tray. Can I have that tray there? I'll use that, actually. I'll have that tray with the gummy. Oh, I think I can use that. Oh, that's a good idea. Right, okay.
Very good question from Dave, actually.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Dave from Liverpool.
Would you leave the fat or rind on?
Yes, I would normally, but I didn't tonight because I didn't think I could get it crispy enough for what I'm doing. But the answer is I would really never take the rind off because of bacon. I love rind on bacon, but this was just slightly different. Now.
And we also have Elaine Fox is very cleverly not cooking, but having a lovely G&T while.
Oh my God, how sensible are you? Oh my God, woman of my own heart, I tell you. I could do with the nice G&T now. Right, okay. Do you know what happened this weekend? Well, this week. Well, it was actually yesterday. You know the drawer that is in such a terrible mess? The hinge came off because I had so much in it. We put it back again. Poor Martin last night. I think poor Martin, he had to go home, but he couldn't until this was done. Right, okay. Okay, so he's done that. Let me have that. Okay, so there's my lovely celeriac. Look, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so you can see I haven't touched it yet. Don't touch it, because by touching it, it will break the seal. Do you know something? It's everybody's fault because they always play with their food. Okay, everybody does. So I'm just going to do a bit of garlic here, just a flavor. There we go. Now again, let's talk about sweet and sourness. I'm going to turn this over now. Oh, that's the pepper. Oh, delicious. Okay, that looks so good. Now everybody, I'm going to put in thyme, garlic, butter. You can put any amount you want, don't worry. It's just that makes it taste nice. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's laughing because of my butter content. I know. Right, okay, guys, right. Look, now what's happening is I can move it. Look, the flavor is wonderful. Can I have that lemon? Now, acidity. So what have I got here? I've got delicious butter to bring it in. Actually, let me take this done. Hang on. This is my sauce. Can I have a bowl to put this into? Yeah. Thanks, Martin. Right, I'm now going to baste it. Basting is incredibly important. It's really, can you see that? It's really important. Basting, get it all in there. All that flavor is happening. Seriously. Now, at this point, I would take this out and put it on a tray to put in the oven to heat through when I'm ready for it. But I'm not going to because I'm going to cook it all now, so you've all got it. So what I'm going to do, thank you. I'm just going to put it in that one. Yeah, thank you.
We've got a very interesting question from Steve. He's in Spain.
Oh, hi, Steve.
The only gammons I can get here are the horseshoe gammons the shop gets them from the UK frozen. Would I just chop them into steaks?
Yes, you would. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Right, okay, here we go. Lemon for the acidity. I'm not actually going to pop this onto a plate. I'm going to put it all on a plate together. So it's got all the juices and loveliness on it. Right.
Very good question, actually, from Suzanne.
Right, yes.
Could you substitute the gammon with any meat?
Yes, you can substitute do the same thing with chicken, with lamb, doing exactly the same way. Oopsie. Oh, now this is where it gets lovely. Right. Oh my goodness me, look at that. Look, you've got to admit that. There we are. Now, so some chips, please. Thank you. I'm going to put this on the top, actually, so it's all nice. I know they'll probably go soft because of it, but actually I think they look quite pretty. Right. I'm also going to put in, okay, perfect. And could I please take these and have that bowl there, that black one? Thank you. Perfect. So you've got that as a lovely sweet sauce. You've got your delicious bowl. Actually, have we got something lower than that? No, it doesn't matter then. It's all right. We'll just pop it in. So we'll put, well, do you know what? Let's just pop it on there. Why not? It's not Trump. Oh, because we are at home after all. We're not going to try and be prissy about it. Oh, yes, okay. So there we are. Right. Okay, so. Right, okay, so watercress. So what I've got is some lovely watercress. We'll put that on the celeriac. So what I've got is beautiful. I've not plated it. Oh, bring it here. Okay, so there we are. So what I've done is, can you see that now? Okay, let's just take this off, can I? So we can see it. Right. Let's just clear this up so it looks pretty, everybody. So what I've done. So I have done the most delicious gammon with pears, a bit of crispy celeriac there. And this is the gorgeous little bit of sauce. This is this gorgeous little bit of reduced syrup. I mean, you know, I could even do this. I mean, and this is the gorgeous celeriac with some lovely watercress on the top. You know what? You're for a family, you eat as a family, and you enjoy it. Now, I think that looks utterly, utterly delicious. Don't you? Anyway, listen. Now, what I want, this is important. I need you to listen to me to catch up in case you haven't done that. What I'd like you to do is to please send your photographs of your meals, because I really want to see your meals, to Martin at rosemaryschrager.com. Okay. I think he's going to get a lot. I need your photos because we are going to do the dishiest dish. Last time it didn't quite work, but this time it's got to work. So basically, I want your photos. I want you to share, send it to everybody, tell them to like, share, move it on. I'm trying to get more people on my social media. And next week, we're having a really fun time. As I said at the beginning, earlier, we're going to have delicious goujon, but done my way. And lovely potatoes with sesame seed, salsa, and a tartar sauce from scratch. So it's going to be a really fun one to do. And as I said, the photograph will be there. It'll show you what you're going to be doing. So I really hope you enjoy this classic dish. It's delicious, very wholesome, and apart from butter, really good for you. But you could have cut the butter down. Anyway, guys, listen, it's been so nice. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's probably been a very short one this time, which is fine. Fine. We're done. We're happy. So you take care, and I will see you next week. And it will be a bit busier. This was very simple. It will be busier, but never mind, it'll be fun. Okay, so why don't you get two in the kitchen next week? If you're on your own, get someone to help you, which will be good. All right, listen, take care and see you next week. Thank you. Thank you for coming in, and I hope you enjoy your dinner. Bye for now.